They laughed at her every single day because of one thing, the uniform she wore. But what no one knew is that what was hidden inside this quiet girl was a gift that would silence them all and change her life forever. This is the story of the girl in an oversized uniform. Every morning before the sun had fully risen, Sarah slipped into her oversized school uniform, faded white and blue uniform, stiff from countless washes, and patched in 3 different places. The skirt hung awkwardly below her knees, and the sleeves swallowed her thin arms. The white blouse sagged at her shoulders, and her slippers had holes that let in the red dust from cracked streets. It wasn't just a uniform, it was a statement of her life. Worn out, passed down, surviving. Her parents had died in a road accident when she was 12. One rainy night, a knock came on her door, and with it, her whole world collapsed. Her distant aunt, a woman she had only met once, took her in. It was a cold arrangement not of love, but obligation. Her aunt barely acknowledged her, giving her food was a privilege, not a right. Rice and beans became an occasional dream meal. Most nights, Sarah went to bed with an empty stomach and a sketchpad full of drawings she dared not to show anyone. At school, she faded into the background like chalk dust. She spoke only when asked and never raised her hand in class. Her uniform became her name. The students nicknamed her Bag of Rice. Every time she walked past, there were sneakers and cruel comments. "Hey, Bag of Rice is here, careful, she might burst. Where did you find that outfit, Sarah? Your great-grandmother's wardrobe." Even the teachers overlooked her. She was just another quiet girl from a struggling home. She never failed, but she never stood out. Except when she drew. Every edge of her notebooks was filled with delicate pencil sketches of trees, birds, mothers holding babies, boys playing football in the dust, and once, a scene of her parents, smiling beneath a mango tree. Her lines were soft and precise. Drawing was her voice, her rebellion, her only window out of a world that had long turned its back on her. Then one day, something changed. It was a hot Tuesday afternoon, and the generator at school had failed again. The fans in the classroom stood still, and everyone was restless. Mr. Andrew, the math teacher, paced the front of the classroom with his usual booming voice. "Bring out your homework," he shouted. Groans echoed through the room. Sarah opened her book quietly, careful not to draw attention. But just as she was about to hand it over, Chika, the loudest girl in class, the self-proclaimed queen of everything, snatched it from her hands. "Let me see what Bag of Rice did this time," she said, flipping the pages. Laughter erupted. But it stopped abruptly. "Wait, what's this?" Chika asked, her voice confused. She held up the back of Sarah's book, where she had drawn an old market woman holding a basket of yams, her face lined with wrinkles, her eyes alive with untold stories. Every student leaned in. "Did you trace this?" one boy asked. "No, she must have copied it from a magazine." "Are you mad? This one has real shading. See her hands." In the middle of the noise, a quiet voice interrupted. "Let me see." It was Mr. Samoa, the arts teacher. He rarely spoke much in staff meetings. Most students thought he was strange, always carrying a sketchpad, and watching with soft eyes. He took the book from Chika's hand gently, and for a full minute, he didn't say a word. Then, finally, he looked at Sarah. "You did this?" Sarah nodded, slowly. "From your head?" "Yes, sir." He paused. "This is brilliant." Silence filled the room. And just like that, the name Bag of Rice began to fade. The next day, Ada's drawing was pinned to the school's main bulletin board, usually reserved for exam results and sport achievements. Students stopped and stared. "Are you sure this girl did it?" I thought she was just that hungry-looking one in oversized clothes. Mr. Samoa didn't stop there. He visited the principal, Madam Jane, and showed her more of Sarah's sketches. Some were drawn on the backs of old test papers. Others were smudged, crumpled, but powerful. Madam Jane adjusted her glasses. We've had this girl here for how long, and no one noticed this. That same week, the school arranged for a scholarship under an art mentorship program funded by a local non-profit organization. Sarah received new art supplies. Her school fees were waived. Even more astonishing, she was given 2 brand new uniforms. When she stepped into class the following Monday, dressed in a crisp blouse and skirt that fit her perfectly, the classroom fell into stunned silence. "Good morning," she said, eyes forward, voice steady. No one called her bag of rice again. But the journey didn't stop there. Mr. Samoa worked with Sarah after school, helping her refine her shading, her understanding of human anatomy, her sense of light and motion. He introduced her to charcoal, watercolors, and eventually digital art through a borrowed tablet. Sarah absorbed it all like a sponge. Her drawings began to tell stories of street vendors, children dancing in the rain, old women cooking on firewood, fathers returning home late at night. Her art wasn't just technical. It was emotional and honest. She won her first art competition that year, a state-level contest titled The Heart of Lagos. Her piece, a crowded yellow bus with vibrant passengers of all kinds, won first place. Her name was announced in assembly, and her framed artwork was hung in the school's reception hall. Later, she was interviewed on both radio and TV. At one event, a woman in the crowd cried while viewing her painting. "This reminds me of my mother," she whispered. But perhaps the most beautiful moment came a year later. The school organized an art exhibition to showcase Sarah's work. Posters were printed. Parents, guests, students, and teachers filled the hall. Mr. Samoa gave a speech. Then it was Sarah's turn. She stood before the crowd, wearing her now-fitted uniform like a badge of honor. "My name is Sarah," she began, "and for a long time, I was invisible." The hall went silent. I wore clothes that didn't fit. I ate little. I was laughed at and ignored. People saw me and thought I had nothing to offer. But I had something. I had art. She paused, her eyes scanning the crowd. Sometimes, all a person needs is for someone to truly see them, not what they wear, not where they come from, but who they are inside. The applause lasted for minutes. That night, her old uniform, the faded, oversized one, was displayed at the entrance of the gallery, alongside a sketch she had drawn of herself at 12. The caption read, "The girl no one saw is now seen by many." This is not just Sarah's story. It is a reminder for us all that greatness often hides in places no one is looking. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting stories.